stay focused. Don't listen to nobody. Don't listen to nobody, homie. What's on your mind, just do it. Because what's destined for you, you gonna get it.
What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to a new video of Wizland with Wiz. Happy to be with you guys today. Today I'm gonna be direct with you guys because I do believe that this is important for every and any man out there to understand. And this is the simple aspect of it only takes one time. It only takes one time for you to attain anything. I'm talking about success, failure, and anything in between. It only takes one time for you to learn and taste success. You can keep trying with no immediate results, with no results at all. And one day, after so much trying, you will taste what success is. And when you taste what success is, that feeling of feeling accomplished is going to be more than enough to push you forward, to push you to attain that again, to push you to become better and try to replicate what you just experienced. If you're someone that is on his purpose, you're a dude that understands that not everything is about females, that not everything is about money, that not everything is just about your fitness, that honestly is a combination of everything and being proficient at every single aspect of life. And we're talking about health, we're talking about wealth, and we're talking about just being a happy individual with yourself without the need of anyone, becoming an individual that is happy with themselves. Then that's a dude and a guy that is on this purpose. So if you're a guy that is on his purpose, you have to understand that maybe at the beginning, it will not be as easy as some people portray to be. The people that you're seeing on YouTube, they started from a point where they needed to become better. If everyone already had it and everybody was born that way, I'm pretty sure there would not be any form of content out there on YouTube or anywhere in the world. If everybody knew how to do things right out the gut, right out the womb, nobody would be talking about it. Nobody would be talking about this shit. And the reason I want to talk about this is because sometimes we trying to strive for things and we keep failing. We keep failing at everything we're trying. And we think that because we keep failing, we're going to keep failing, and there's not going to be, and because you don't see any results, you don't see any victories, you don't see any wins, you automatically put that in the L column, but you're allowing that to actually accumulate, and you're using that in a negative sense. What I've learned is that the more you lose, it's better to not count it as a loss, but more so of a way not to do it. As a lesson of how not to do things. The more you do things and the more you quote unquote fail, the more I mean, a failure is only something where you don't get the result that you're looking for. And usually if you're looking to win and you lose, or you're the one that lost, hey, that's failure. But that does not stop you from trying your hardest, analyzing the reason why you lost, and try the best you can to win the next time around. And that's what I'm telling you. If you played sports before, I'm pretty sure you had that feeling of winning in a game and also losing. I, for one, I played soccer when I was in high school. I tried out as a walk-on in a D1 school, and then I tried out at a different school that I could have played, but just the financial aid wasn't there, and I didn't want to take that step because I wasn't kind of happy about the place I was gonna go play at because it was in the middle of nowhere. So I do know everything that it is about winning and losing. There was days when I was on point, I helped the team win, and everybody was praising me because I had a badass game. There was times where I fucking missed very much pretty like easy goals, and we ended up tying or we ended up losing. That's a L. But if I would allow that to stop me from playing and continue on playing and continue on trying to get better, I would have not learned the aspect of being able to go to a championship, the aspect of experiencing of me trying to continue at what was a dream at that point in my life. So you have to understand that what you're looking for is the first win, the first time. All it takes is one time. All it takes is one time for you to actually taste it, understand what it feels like, and you understand that it is possible. That's one of the main things that I do believe that a lot of people tend to overlook, that they're so focused on trying to get to the finish line without understanding that the first thing you have to choose and chase, whatever success you need, and that's the thing, you have to define what success means to you. Not what it means to your brother, not what it means to your family, not what it means to your parents. What does success mean to you? And when you define success, you have to be chasing that aspect and that thing in your life. Because a lot of people are gonna try to kind of put you or send you in a different route. And if you allow it to happen, it will happen. So you have to be the one that is guiding and driving your own car. If you are not taking initiative in your life, someone else will take initiative for you, and then you're gonna end up in a route or in a place that you're not happy, or in a place where you never intended to be at. And then you're gonna be one of those people that when you get to that point, you're gonna be like, how the fuck did I get here? So you have to understand that, for one, when you do get that first victory, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be very apparent. When I made $13,000 for the first time on the internet in a month, that's the most money I had ever made in my life. In a month. I was like maybe 22 years old. I was very young. Maybe 22, 23. I was very young, you know, so me doing that type of money, it was amazing for me. I thought I was gonna continue to do that. But ever since I tasted that, it's been very difficult to replicate that. Not because it's hard to make the money online, but because I did understand that I did not have the skills to get to a point where I can replicate that. And in the last 2 years, I've made sure that I'm developing intentionally my skills, not only as an artist, but as a marketer, as someone that is actually a business person also, not just an artist. Because nowadays, if you're creative, there's a lot of ways to make money. It's not just about the art anymore. It is a real opportunity for an artist that can also be a business person to make real generational wealth. If you know what you're doing, if you put yourself and set up yourself for you to have take certain steps to get to that point in life. If you're taking the time to develop yourself as a human being. And I think that the beauty of the internet has kind of opened this Pandora's box where anyone can become anything. The only difference is that some of us are trying to become something that we're not overnight. For that to for you to become the best version of whatever you're trying to chase, more than likely it's gonna take at least I'll say 10,000 hours. And not only because I read this on the book Outliers, but that is very true. Let's say you're a fast learner. Let's say you're better, and you're an outlier in the sense that you don't need the 10,000 hours. Regardless, to say for you to become the best version of whatever it is, or at least the 1% version. Like for me, for example, for me to become a 1% artist, it's gonna take years of me doing the same thing for a long time. If you want to become the 1% in whatever field you're trying to become the best at, it's gonna take years. You can get there faster, but it can, more than likely, it will take years, and you have to be aware of that. So the main thing for you to understand is that all you're doing is trying to get to that first try, that first win, that first that time. Because if you get to that first time, and it's like the taste of blood. If a shark tastes blood for the first time, they devour whatever that blood came from. It's like you smell blood, you're just ready to destroy everything in your path. And that's how you should be. You should be able to get motivated just by the aspect that you were able to do something that is not the norm. When I did that, I didn't know anyone that had done that, and I still don't know anyone in my personal life or around me that has done that. So you have to be aware of that. I come from a humble background. Me doing that type of money in a month, that's probably half, if not half, like a third of my mother's year, you know. So of what she did when I was young, you know, $13,000 is a lot of money for us. Well, at least it was. When I was in that position, 13,000, I couldn't fathom that I did that in a month. But it's possible. And nowadays, it's like I'm looking and putting myself in positions where I'm not only being exposed and kind of looking at what people are really doing out there. When I see people on YouTube, for example, this is the easiest way for you to get motivated. And if you can't get motivated out of things like that, then you just don't have it, man. I'm sorry. I don't know what you're trying to do. I don't know where you're trying to get the motivation from. But if your circumstances do not motivate you to want more, then, I mean, and you're saying that you want more, I'm sorry, bro, but you don't have it. It's a reality, man. It's a competition out here. It's a competition. Everybody trying to do something. So the reason I picked up this camera, the reason I'm trying to do shit now is because I'm tired of this shit, you know? I ain't got shit to lose. So why not try to give out the knowledge, the things that I felt that, why not try to help someone that is younger than me? Why not try to help somebody that might be older than me? And for whatever reason, they didn't have this same ability 20 years ago of doing this, but they do have the mindset now. Why not me try to give that free wisdom, man? So that's the thing that you have to understand, that it's not about how many times you fail to get to that first win. Forget about this shit. Don't let that affect you. Learn from it and continue on. Don't just neglect it, learn from it. Use it as a stepping stone. Keep going forward. And I think that once you start thinking this as a journey, like think about Mount Everest. There's just so many people that have been able to attain the top. But are you going to be one of those people that attain the top? Are you going to be the 1% that reaches to the top and that actually shares the journey to getting to the top? And that's all I'm trying to do. You know? So not that I said that, and I set that up for you to understand that it's only one time that you need. I also want to tell you the other side of the coin. Yeah, it only takes one time for you to succeed, but it also takes one time for you to fuck it all up. It only takes one time for you to fuck your life up. So you have to understand that principle of life. That's the balance of life. Just like there's good, there's evil. Just like there's black, there's white. Just like there's positive, there's negative. Just like it can take one time to become successful, it can take one time to fuck it all up. It's the balance of life. So you have to understand that in that same token, that if you do adopt this particular way of thinking, that you're gonna continue to seek that one time, because sometimes you might have already experienced it, but you're not even self-aware, and your awareness is not there, so you don't even know that you already lived that. But you have to think about it, and I promise you, if you think about it, you're gonna be able to pinpoint where and when and what happened that kind of should have changed your life in a better position. And also, it can be in a negative way. You can pinpoint where your life went to shit. But I do believe that as long as you're breathing, as long as you have an opportunity, as long as you have your limbs, as long as you have a mind, as long as you have a will to change, even though you might believe that your life is fucked, obviously if you kill people, unless you did something that you cannot go back from, like you have kids, you have a whole bunch of kids that you put yourself in a position where you couldn't even raise them or take care of them, and even at that point you can still change your life. You can become a better father, a better mother, whatever the case might be, because I truly believe that there is always opportunity, as long as you didn't kill anyone, as long as you're not taking advantage of anyone sexually, you're not doing anything crazy, as long as you're not doing any of that, you can come back from basically a lot of things. But it has to be in your mind for you to do it. It has to be you have to have that will. And if your will is not powerful, then yeah, it's gonna be a mindset. It's gonna be a barrier in your mind that is gonna be very difficult to put down. So that's the thing that I wanted to share with you guys today. Keep going forward, and always be looking for that one opportunity. That one opportunity is gonna change everything for you. For me, it's this. I ain't even gonna lie to you guys. I'm starting from nowhere. I'm not sharing this. I'm not telling anyone about this. I want this to actually reach wherever it reaches, organically. I don't want it to be I'm not nobody in my family aside from my brother knows that I'm doing this. Knows that I'm putting videos like this on a daily basis now, because I don't. It's not about nobody but myself. It's not about my people knowing. It's not about my friends knowing. It's not about none of that shit. But it's about putting a message out there that anyone that is willing to listen to it and apply it to their life is willing to take under their belt and run with it. Try it. See if it works for you. If it does, bro, then we're in the same vibe. We're in the same wavelength. We're going to the same places. And that is what you got to think about. Who you want to surround yourself with, what type of person you want to be. Do you want to be a person that is thinking about becoming better, or you want to be a person that keeps giving themselves excuses about shit that sometimes don't even matter? Sometimes we think about a lot of things and we put ourselves and we become our own main obstacle. We stop ourselves from reaching that potential that we know we have. And for me, I'm tired of it, I'm tired of always believing that I can do way more than what I'm doing, but I always stop myself because I think about somebody else rather than thinking about myself. So you got to think about those shit, you got to think about that. So if you made it to the end of the video, I really appreciate you. I hope you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Peace.